All right, so you just completed part 9. By now, you should have a basic understanding of different trading strategies, and you should basically take away one thing, that when you guys start trading, there's a lot of different ways to trade, right? You can day trade, you can swing trade, you can scalp, you can trade options. So there's a lot of different ways to trade. That's what you guys should have understood after watching this whole part. Another thing you should have understood is that everybody is different. Everybody has a different trading personality. So your job is to figure out your trading personality. So before we move on, before we go on to the next part and so on, I want you guys to ask yourself certain questions. Now, I don't expect you to perfectly know the answer, but just asking yourself these questions are going to cause some trigger points. These trigger points are going to make you think and make you understand that, okay, maybe this is how I want to trade. Maybe this is what I want to trade. Maybe this is the approach I want to take. Now, as I mentioned, I don't expect you guys to perfectly understand the way you want to trade or what you want to trade on the first shot. But before we progress, before we cover more parts, I want you guys to kind of have a framework. So the action item for part 9 is to kind of develop that framework so you already raise questions for yourself. Raising these questions that I'm going to bring up is just going to allow you to think more clearly and think on a realistic level before you just start thinking all over the place. Now, the questions I want you to kind of answer before I get to them. So the goal is to make sure you understand that you need to develop a strategy based off your trading personality and work on developing a strategy. So that's what we're going to do, right? So we're going to understand our personalities, and then as we're understanding our personalities, which is obviously going to take time, we're going to work on developing a strategy. So before you move on, I want you to once again answer all of these questions. I want you to understand. So what type of stocks do you want to focus on? Large caps or small caps? Some people immediately say, I don't want to trade small caps. I don't like the penny stocks, right? I don't like the small end companies. It doesn't even have to be penny stocks. It could just be the smaller name companies. Some people say, you know what? Nah, I don't like large caps. I don't want to trade Apple, Roku, and all that. I'd rather trade small cap companies. I'd rather trade stuff that's under $5, $10. Cool. Phenomenal. As long as you kind of are progressing and understand what you want to trade. Next, what trading instrument do you want to trade? Stocks or options? Some people might say, I don't want to trade stocks. I want to stick strictly to options. Cool. Some people might say, I don't want to jump to options right now, too early. I'm just starting out. I'm going to learn stocks, get my feet wet, get better at it before I actually jump onto options. Now, after that, like I said, what you guys pick now might or might not change, but there's a high probability it may change as you progress as traders. Next, how long do you want to or do you hold your trades? Now, originally, before we go to how long do you hold your trades, I want you to understand how long do you want to hold your trades. Now, some people might say, I kind of want to trade where I hold a position for once a week, once a month, where I want to be a swing trader. I maybe want to be a position trader. I don't really want to be in front of my computer, or maybe I can't be in front of my computer because of work. So my approach is going to be that I'm a swing trader. Some people might say, I want to day trade. I want to scalp. I want to be in and out of positions in 2 minutes. I want to be in and out of positions in 20 seconds, right? I want you to ask yourself that and understand it and take the trade from there. Then I want you to focus on what causes you to enter a trade. So based on the strategies that we've covered, what way do you want to focus on? Do you want to focus on breakouts, breakdowns, momentum trading, stocks that are trending? Like, what do you want to focus on? These two, right, are going to be developed as you guys get to this level and start understanding. After you start understanding how do you manage your positions and how do you exit your positions are going to happen or are going to be established as you start progressing. But before you progress, I want you to have a solid idea of these questions right here before you allow yourself to move on. I want you to really think and establish that. Now, like I mentioned earlier, you're not going to have the perfect answer. Don't aim for the perfect answer, but just have a framework. So before we move on, you have something to kind of work with. Now, moving forward, we're going to cover different concepts. I'm going to break down how to scan, how to find stocks, how to manage your position. Then I'm going to jump into different trades. I'm going to show you a lot of different trades I've taken, how I found the stock, what my approach was, what I looked at, what I didn't look at, just so you guys can actually see everything. So if you don't understand what you want to trade right now, just stick to the course, watch more videos, watch more parts, and then as you start doing that and you start applying yourself with real money, these things are going to start falling in place. But the whole idea, once again, is to create the framework. So that's what I want you guys to do, is create a framework for yourself, so you kind of have something to work with right now. And after once that's done, then move on to part 10.